Hey everyone, it's back to school time and I'm back with Meatball Monday this week. I've got my friend Mark behind the camera, so that's why things are looking professional. He's helping to elevate Meatball Monday and I appreciate that. So right now it's Hatch chili season. If you've been to the grocery store lately, you've probably seen Hatch chilies everywhere. They grow only in Hatch Valley in New Mexico. During this time of year is when you can get them, probably for a couple more weeks. So it's the perfect time to use Hatch chilies. So we're doing Hatch chili meatballs this week. Gonna go over some of the ingredients with you. I'm using a pound of ground turkey, but you could use ground chicken, you could use ground beef. If you want to have leftovers, I would say to use 2 pounds. So some of the other ingredients, Hatch chilies. Okay, this is how you gotta get your Hatch chilies. Already roasted. I'm gonna show you. So you don't wanna have to do all this work yourself. You could buy Hatch chilies, roast them in the oven. I recommend just buying them from the store already done for you like that. So you're gonna chop up, I would say 2 to 3 Hatch chilies. You wanna, first of all, open them up, clean out the seeds, and then kind of rub off that burnt skin on the outside, and then just chop them up. So I'm using, 2 to 3 Hatch chilies for a pound. Depends how spicy you want. They're not super spicy, but they do have a little heat. So go ahead, pour those in. I'm using about 2 tablespoons of shaved onions. Use a grater for that. And that kind of keeps the moisture in the onions when you grate them instead of chopping them, but you could chop them too. Just a couple tablespoons depending on that. I've got a 1/3 cup of panko breadcrumbs. And then shredded cheese, I'm using about a 1/3 cup. You could use 1/3 to a 1/2 cup depending on how much you want. And then 1 egg. Just add a little pepper, a little salt, and you're ready to mix. I'm gonna use my trusty gloves this week. It's got a time crunch. I wash my hands maybe 10 times when I'm mixing the meat, so we're gonna use the gloves for that. Remember, just a little trick, you don't wanna overmix your meatballs because then that can make them too dense. So you just wanna get your hands in there, mix everything up real quick. Mix up the Hatch chilies so there's not too much or a clump in one spot. That should be good. So another tip is to use parchment paper on your pan. That will prevent the meatballs from sticking. So here's your mixture. I have preheated the oven to 400 and I'm just gonna go ahead and roll up the meatballs. You can do them however large you want. They might just take a little bit longer to cook the bigger they are. Okay, so I've got them all in my pan. Now I'm gonna stick them in the oven. So again, oven's at 400. I'm gonna bake them for about 20 minutes and then take them out and finish them on the stove. Okay, so we're gonna get the cast iron going. Just take a minute. And that's how we're gonna finish these meatballs. Okay, pan should be pretty hot. I'm using Hatch green chili enchilada sauce for the meatballs. Get that going. I've got my finished meatballs here. I'm gonna put those guys in. Okay, and then, you know, just kind of spoon the sauce over the meatballs so they finish cooking in the sauce. Oh yeah, these are gonna be good. I'm gonna get them together because then we're gonna add a little more cheese on top. Let that melt for a minute, and then they'll be done. All right, so here you go, Hatch chili meatballs. Go and get your Hatch chilies before the season is over, and enjoy.